Hello, brothers. Today, I want to speak to you on heartbreak, how we can utilize it, what we can learn from it, how to work with it when it happens, and how to make it through. So, my own experiences of heartbreak have been some of the most devastating, challenging moments in my life, but usually followed by some sense of a transformation having taken place. That all of my breakups have been catalytic moments in which I get to decide what the next chapter is going to be, how I get to perceive myself, how I get to perceive the whole situation. But first, I needed to be fucking devastated and heartbroken. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and open to another person, to let them into our internal world and to trust in love, to trust in them, to trust in our own hearts. And then when the relationship ends, it can be easy for us to want to put walls back up and just say, I shouldn't have done that. This is why I never do that. Relationships are only trouble. I knew he wasn't X, Y, and Z. Or what's wrong with me? The funny thing is, none of the things that when we're in a state of heartbreak, none of the things that we're thinking about ourselves or the other person are really all that accurate. What's happening is all of our wounding comes up when we're in a state of heartbreak. All of the past hurts, all of the stuff with mom, all of the stuff with dad, all of the beliefs about our worthiness, all of our insecurities, all of that comes to the surface with heartbreak. So this is why and how a heartbreak can be one of the best things that has ever happened to us, because it is an invitation to see ourselves more clearly and to see all of the insecurities and the things that maybe we thought that our relationship would resolve within. And then we realize, oh, a relationship doesn't solve my relationship with myself. It's only my relationship with myself that is ever reflected by another person. It can feel like the opposite. It can feel like that other person did something, or I am doing something to that other person. That all of their narcissism, all of their unhealed child wounds, all of their unavailability, it's all their stuff. Or it's all my stuff. If only I wasn't so broken. Truly, it's neither. It's always their stuff for them, our stuff for us. So if and when heartbreak happens in your life, of course, let yourself feel all of the feelings that you have. You don't need to skip over that or bypass really feeling angry, feeling grief, feeling sadness, just really going all the way into that heartbreak. Because going all the way into any emotion is the medicine. Whatever we're feeling needs to be felt fully. And then at a certain point, it's kind of like clouds clear a little bit. And then we can start to see, and it's like, okay, I'm out of that process. And now what? You might start to explore, what were all of the things that I blamed him for? All of the things that I projected onto him. That he's unavailable, he's emotionally stunted, he's not sure what he wants, all of this stuff. And then how can you start to look and see, oh shit, where in my life am I unavailable, emotionally stunted? I don't know what I want. Because it's always the stuff that is within somebody else, and especially in a romantic partnership, it's always the stuff that triggers us the most within them that is within us, or else it really wouldn't feel like that big of a deal. We are creating stories around who other people are. And if that story is one that hurts, then it's highlighting to us where we already have hurt. if we are projecting a story that we are unworthy because the person didn't choose us, then we're activating something that's already there. It's not that that person didn't choose us, that now all of a sudden we feel insecure. That's already been there. We were probably hoping that by being in the relationship, we would feel valid and that that person could make us forget our insecurities. In my own life, I believed that I was attracting unavailable men over and over and over. And so that was the story. Oh, here's another guy who's unavailable. I had this pattern for a while of meeting guys who were already in a relationship or just ending a relationship. And when I look back on it, I realized that unconsciously what I was doing was choosing these guys who were unavailable or were with somebody else, like very unavailable. I was choosing them so that they could choose me over someone else. And that if I could get them to choose me over someone else, that must mean that I'm really special. If they end that for me, I must be really special. For decades, I had this story that I was always choosing unavailable people. I was the one choosing them. I was choosing them because it felt safe, because it felt like I could have some intimacy, but I didn't have to fully surrender to the relationship and really let myself be fully trusting that person, fully vulnerable with them. So I was the one that was unavailable, but it was easier to point it out in other people because then I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to see how scared I was of a deep relationship to be fully seen and felt and known. I could pretend that that's what I wanted. And then when it didn't happen, I could go, oh, okay, well, that's his fault. So if you are currently experiencing heartbreak, or if you know that you really haven't let go of a relationship that's already ended, that you still hold on to that, you still pine, or you still use it to judge yourself, or you're still angry at him, if it's still active in your life, what I want to suggest to you is to use whatever is coming up in this form of judgment of yourself or the other person, to use it as an invitation to start to see yourself more clearly, to start to see the areas of your life that are asking for healing and integration, to see where you still hold a story that's untrue so that you can heal, so that you can be in a strong union with yourself, where you know your shadows, where you are loving yourself, you're appreciating yourself, whether you're in a relationship or not. Use the anger, use the heartbreak, use that connection to evolve. It's really the only way to not keep repeating patterns. One day you might even thank that person because they were the doorway for you to heal and really change, so that future relationships are more balanced and healthy, and that you're not relying on another person to fulfill the needs that you need to be fulfilling for yourself. So much love to you until I see you tomorrow.